After the song gets to the until the day I die, until the day I die, then I'll turn down the music and then come in
I,
with your intro.
I can't tell if we're live. Okay, go with song.
Welcome to Coffee with Bud and Bigddadysauce. Good morning, Bigddadysauce. How are you today?
Oh, good morning. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Quite an eventful we had yesterday.
Sure was. We'll get to that here shortly. How's everybody out there today? Hopefully you're having a good morning. Sunshine out here today. Got my coffee. Raring to go.
I have my taste of San Antone by HEB. Good coffee.
Yeah, you still haven't sent me a bag of that yet, so
I need to send you another, that's for sure.
yum yum.
Indeed. Well, today's episode is brought to you by Unique Waterworks and August 5 Designs.
Thank you to our sponsors. They're awesome. Check them out. We're going to go ahead and start off this morning with some Sector 7 news. Since the last stream, we've had a race. And go ahead, Bud, give us the down low.
Well, Sector 7 is doing pretty good so far. We have one more race remaining, round 12. Sector 7 TGR Cup, hosted by McNaughty Gaming, reposted and streamed by Rallycross GT, GT45 Gaming, and Sector 7 Racing on YouTube. Right now we have the Pro Lobby split one. Shred is leading the points. He's got 448. Super 2K is right behind him with 423. That's NVR 1-2. Then we have Wid, Ryder, Rusty Maggots, The Truth Serum, Ando, Xander, then another NVR team, and ninth is Hot Air with 309, and Jeffrey with 298 right behind him. So for the NVR drivers in the Pro Split, doing pretty good. Shred's leading that segment. And then in the Pro-Am lobby, we have NVR Maverick with 492. Nuke right behind him. Dipsy, then Fuzzy Bunny, J-Rod, Lone Wolf Racing, and then myself, Bud. I have 311 points. 4 points behind 6th, and 5 points behind 5th. So it's a little battle between us three for the 5th spot. And then in the amateur standings, Croatian NVR driver is leading with a 486. He has Sector 7 Beardface right behind him with 426. He has a comfortable lead. However, NVR Cruel Lob is right behind him with a 423. So that's a battle right there for second. The Damn Cat, Bells, PHG Bells, Throne Colby, TT Egan, RWB Chevy, Racing Maz, and Bullbrit holding off the top 10. Bullbrit being another NVR driver with a 248 in points. And as the team standings, Team Redline for NVR leads with 1696. Ando's Arsenal with 1625. Truth's Demons with 1523. And Team NVR Geneva is $14.97. So at present, NVR is doing well with the Sector 7 TGR Cup. Congrats and well done to everybody participating.
One race remaining for the championship.
That is true. We have one more race remaining, and the lineup for that is at Fuji, the GR3, which are selected cars chosen by the drivers for their season. And it is going to be a rain race. The other car for the sprint race is the SF23. 34 laps at Fuji.
Should be exciting.
Definitely.
Check out the streamers that Bud mentioned earlier. Check out those last races. Get some views. Get some good racing. Watch championships unfold.
Split 1 is hosted by McNaughty Gaming. Live commentary on Split 1. Split 2 by GT45 Gaming. Split 3 hosted by Rallycross GT. And there are many other drivers, individual drivers with their own YouTube channels, share streaming. Check out DMP Bud 11.
So next week we'll go ahead and on this coffee with Bud and Bigddadysauce, we'll go ahead and tell you what the championships were and maybe even get a driver in here to discuss their championship if we've got an NBR driver that happens to win it.
That is in the works. We have plans for a driver meet or driver interviews. We'll see how that goes.
So we had a race last night, a dress rehearsal race in the NASCAR 25. I think we had 18. Is that correct?
About that, yeah. I believe it was 18, yes.
We had 18. It went as I expected it to go. Could have been better, but jitters and other factors made it a little messier than it should have been, but that's okay. That's why we do these dress rehearsals, first time on the game, get things figured out and so forth.
I think it gives everybody an opportunity to learn from each other, more so than anything. And then learn about themselves, when they're racing with others versus racing like online or the AI.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot was learned last night. Hopefully, individual drivers learned a few things about not only themselves, about tracks, and about how to change their car setups. I know we had last night was basically a standard setup without no custom adjustments, except when you went to the pits, you were able to adjust your wedge and your tire pressure.
Which made it for an even out race to begin with in the first laps. Drivers who haven't drove with other drivers before, that was their first chance and opportunity to do so. Just like the game, everybody is pretty much new to it. I mean, we have the podcast is new, the NASCAR 25 is new, and everybody's getting used to everything within the game. And so we must have a little bit of patience, and we'll get it. It'll come. Yeah, it'll come along. Lots of things to work on. Feel free to like and subscribe. Again, good morning with Coffee with Bud and Chad, or Bigddadysauce, if you will, me.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. I know that we're coming up to the end of the year, and we will have a few more exhibition races thrown out there, maybe weeks' notice.
Oh yeah, we're gonna end up doing Xfinity dress rehearsal, a truck dress rehearsal, and a ARCA dress rehearsal. We'll have a few of those. We'll have some other races involved in there in between.
And
So,
generally, these will be on the weekend as well.
mm-hmm. Things to get figured out, things to get worked on, and these are the way that we also learn to see how we're going to make the races better once the season starts. So stay tuned for more action from NBR in that section.
Lots more to come. We're slowly building this as everything about it is new. I think that the more this rolls on and the more people see and understand that the organization of the New Velocity NASCAR racing is something they should take a look at.
Ever evolving.
Ever evolving.
So we had a poll up yesterday. It goes through to today, I believe, Bud.
Yes, it does.
And the poll on Discord for the drivers to give their opinion options for the upcoming schedule, whether they want to run Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or double up Saturday and Sunday. It looks like the Friday, Saturday, Sunday type schedule is leading extensively in that
By a
poll.
landslide. Yes, quite the vote here. We have 3/4 of the votes for one, which would be ARCA Friday, Truck and Xfinity on Saturday, and then the Cup race on Sunday.
So for all the drivers out there, if they who haven't voted, please get in there and vote and get your voice heard so we can make a better decision, make the best decision on our scheduling. But thank you for the turnout. It's doing pretty well. I think we've got 20 something votes already.
Yes, sir.
So
22, 23 votes already.
there's more votes hanging around out there.
Definitely. We haven't had everybody vote. Some folks are unfamiliar with Discord. Some are quite familiar. Just
We'd also like to thank who did our poll for us? Hot Air. Yeah, that was it.
NVR Hot Air.
Yeah, he put the poll together for us. That wizard on Discord he is.
And there will be a second poll coming out. This poll was regarding days. The next poll will be regarding times, time slots of availability. I understand. Now, I know everybody works. Everybody has life issues going on, life situations. So the Friday, Saturday, Sunday vote will be coming probably Monday morning. And then that will enable me to get the schedule made out. I already have the schedule lined out for the races on all 4 series. I just do not have time slots available. And then once those are on, then I will post the schedule for everything. The tentative start for the series is February. And I believe that to be the 8th of February is the first day in or no, that's not the first day in February.
I think we're looking somewhere.
February 6th will be the tentative start for the NASCAR season.
Very cool. So one of the things that we've been discussing and going to do this year, since the game itself will be doing its own cautions and black flags, we don't have to manually do those. They're insert into the game. We will have teams. The teams, you don't have to be on a team. Let me reiterate that, but we do have teams. 3 drivers per series under a team in a garage, if you will. Some of these teams are starting to come together right now, particularly mine. We're doing really well with getting our drivers situated and picking their series. We did a name change on ours. We're no longer Team Polaris. We are Pegasus Racing Incorporated, Team PRI.
Or
Don't you team up with something that don't exist?
PSI.
We got some of the drivers to pick their series last night and getting the lineup set in. Uh,
There are still more teams in development.
oh yeah,
Still a lot of drivers talking to each other, figuring out who they want on their teams. I think we only have like 2 or 3 teams that are established at this time.
I would just like to go over real quick mine because I'm pretty excited about these guys. So in the Cup Series, it's going to be myself, Dark Purple Blazer. In the Xfinity Series, it's Christy right now only. Truck Series, it's me, Urple, and Jeffrey. Excited to have Jeffrey on board in the Pegasus Racing Incorporated. And in the ARCA Series, we have Christy and Jeffrey. So I still have 1 opening in the ARCA Series and 2 in the Xfinity. So that's pretty much filling us out over there. Excited about other teams to get put together and see who they've got as their drivers. Love to see the team points thing, even though it doesn't mean much. It's just for a little laugh and giggle and self-competition within the NVR league itself. But there's some really good drivers out there. I think people are kind of like, hey, be on my team, and it should be pretty exciting.
I think it will. I think once we get past this first initial season or preseason, get a feel for how things are rolling, just as we did in GT7. I mean, it took us a minute to get things rolling there. We managed to work things out and had 4 great seasons. So we'll see how this rolls and turns out. I believe it'll be a nice little adventure. We have a lot of individuals interested, a lot of variant talents, some great drivers out there, some great drivers.
So another thing we're going to talk about real lately here, this is kind of just something that Bud and I kind of just chatted about this morning before we went live. By the way, good morning, everyone. Coffee with Bud and Bigddadysauce. So something we're going to work on, we're going to talk about, this will be down the road, of course. It could be a St. Jude charity event that we want to do where all proceeds go to St. Jude Children's Hospital. Something that holds dear to us that, in my opinion, it breaks my heart to see children with cancer who can't enjoy their childhood the way that other kids can.
Their normal is heartbreaking.
Extremely heartbreaking. So we're going to look at possibly putting together a charity event for that and get drivers involved and just do the best we can for a great, great cause. Children are our future, and we just want to see the best for everybody, or all those kids that.
Absolutely, and 100% of those proceeds will go to St. Jude's Hospital. 100% of the proceeds.
Most definitely. They deserve all the help and care that they can get. So that'll be more to come on that once we get down the road and start putting an event together and how we want to do it and so forth. But stay tuned for more on that St. Jude's charity event. Exciting, exciting stuff.
Without a doubt.
So, Bud, do you have anything else you want to hit on this morning before we go ahead and open the discussion up? And
no, I believe we've covered what we needed to get out there for everybody to have knowledge. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to address myself, Bigddadysauce, or in the stream. Be more than happy to answer any questions or help anybody with any information.
so it looks like we've got a post this morning. Good morning, Racing World. It's great to see the enthusiasm and effort put into this. You guys are doing great. Look forward to seeing this progress into something big. From Radical, one of our drivers. That is awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Radical.
Thank you, Rick. Appreciate you. Absolutely.
All right, we're going to go ahead and open this up and See, we got a few drivers up in here. Good morning,
Up
Squid.
in here.
Squid? You with us, Squid?
What's up, fellas?
Good morning, Squid.
buddy.
How are you guys?
Oh, we're doing good. You awake yet?
I'm breathing.
That's all you can ask for.
Above ground,
Gotta
still
start
taking in
somewhere.
oxygen.
Once again, we have Driver X. Good morning, driver.
Good morning.
How you doing
Good morning,
today?
driver.
I'm doing pretty good this morning.
Awesome.
How are you guys doing?
Doing well, thank you.
We have Uncle Howdy in the chat. He seems to be muted at the moment, but
Howdy.
morning,
Good
Howdy.
morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Howdy. And Radical is here. He's joined us also live in the chat. Good morning, Radical.
Morning, Radical. So how's the weather in everybody's neck of the woods here in South Texas on the Gulf of America? It is a little overcast, a little rainy, slightly cool with a little breeze. Humid cool.
Nice and sunny and chilly. A little windy out here today here in Ohio.
It's gray, rainy, and cold in Kentucky.
Ooh. Glad I'm not down there.
Yeah, we're here in New Mexico.
Dry.
Oh, New Mexico.
No, it's rainy.
Oh, you got rain?
Yep.
You're getting blessed with some rain.
Oh, the mountains are covered in snow, brother.
Oh, I bet it's beautiful.
Oh, yeah, that time of the year you start getting that. That's awesome. So we
I
had
always love the mountains.
we had a dress rehearsal race last night. A lot of good things. A lot of things need to be worked on and so forth. I mean, we could talk about that if anybody wants to. Let's be
Cordial
nice.
and respectful.
Yes, very respectful. But was good to see at least 18 of the drivers show up.
That would have been nice to have seen some respectfulness last night, but that's one thing I didn't see.
Well,
Yeah.
I think there are a lot of guys that were a little over gung ho,
Oh, yeah.
and with that race, I hope that NASCAR 25 does produce or allow us to save the replays for rebroadcast, because there are so many broadcasters right now that their only option is to do their view. And however nice that is, that doesn't allow you to view the race, the other races going on within that race. So I think that will soon come. I'm hoping
Right.
that they will hear us and hear that everybody's begging for the save of the replay, so you can view the replay from a third party's perspective. Makes for much, much better streaming, more entertaining, more realism.
Well, again, like last night, we can always take the negatives and just point everywhere for negatives. But we really need to look at the positives too.
Absolutely.
There are positives. I mean,
I don't take away just the negative. I mean, I learned quite a bit last night, and I hope others have as well. When we're running on these cars without setup, they are tight, and until you are able to go into the pits to readjust your car, you're going to have to mind your tightness, because you're going to push up in the corners without a doubt. And the traffic, that's the other thing. I've noticed that some guys were not really watching way ahead of them, because when going into the corner, there's going to be a bottleneck effect. There always is a bottleneck effect. And some guys weren't anticipating that, and therefore,
I think some guys need help learning that arc. I was seeing too when I was in the back. I was watching a few guys how they're hitting their arcs. Some were just missing it when they're entering in, and then they're coming out. They're just all hell, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they come in really tight right on that bottom line.
And then push out.
Yeah, and they didn't understand that you can't
Trying to sit out low.
slow in, fast out.
Hmm. And I also do believe that there are some folks also that have yet to dial in their in-game settings for the
yeah.
wheel
Oh, yeah.
or controller.
oh yeah, that's
yeah.
a big help.
Definitely.
I mean, everybody started off tight last night. That's just the way the fixed setup runs.
Yeah, I found out in lap one.
Yes.
Thankfully, I didn't take anybody out, or I didn't take myself out. I just kind of brushed the wall and killed all my speed.
Oh yeah, that
But-
wall is nasty. I'd like to see them, even if you just nick the wall or just brush it, even going down a straightaway, that it doesn't bleed your speed as bad as what the game is showing it to do.
Definitely.
Well, I think there is a fine line on the game. You can brush the wall and like continue to. You might lose a mile an hour, but it's like if you hit it at more than like, you know, if you're parallel with it. If you're any more severe toward the wall with that with your nose, it slows you down significantly.
Oh, yes. I mean, there's times where I just barely touched it with the tail end of my car, and it just significant slowdown.
Yeah.
Which that's not real. I mean, these guys just tick the wall with the back end of their car. If they get loose, they're not gonna
Lose 20-mile-an-hour speed.
Yeah, it's not the speed they're gonna lose. It'll be from them lifting to correct their car and get it straight.
Hashtag
Yeah.
Ross Chastain. I mean, I'm just saying.
And the other thing that I did notice too, that it, you know, I know they're trying to promote no bump drafting in this game, because if two cars are touching, y'all slow down, and I think that's a danger in itself, because that right there, I mean, I really couldn't feel when I was up against that car in front of me, and I wasn't even hardly on the throttle.
But you can see the result.
Oh, absolutely. You feel the result, and you see everybody go by you, and you're like, wait a minute.
I got it, and I think that's something else they need to revisit, because I got locked on, I think it was you.
Probably.
And I could not, for the life of me, get off. We were in a pack.
Mm-hmm.
And there was nobody behind me, but I'd lift, and it would just continue to suck me on up.
Well, in reality, at those speeds, you are going to stay sucked up. That you're sharing the same draft, the airflow.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
But in retrospect to what Bud was saying, being that you're sharing the same airflow, that should allow the two cars to go faster, since
instead of slowing us down.
Instead of slowing down. So there is there is a positive side to what they've done, but also a negative side to it. And the other negative side to it is when two cars hook up like that, if you're just barely touching the bumper and it's slowing you down, the cars behind you either have to start checking up or figure a way around you safely. And that's kind of like, well, the point of drafting is to actually go faster. So if you're slowing down, it's actually bottlenecking.
Counterintuitive.
Yeah.
Correct. But I would say their reasoning is that bump drafting is illegal.
Right, and I think that's the thing that they wanted to...
In order to punish it, I think that's the only way they can actually do it.
Correct.
Is it right? No, but that's where us as drivers, like I think most of us, some have it, some have, most have, you learn early on, you hit and lift, and then just stay a few feet.
And that's what I had gotten into the habit of doing. I mean, they're probably not going to change that in the game.
No.
So what we're going to have to get, correct. So we're probably going to have to get used to just, you draw up on somebody, keep your foot there, give them a bump, not too hard, and then it pushes them forward and lift off your throttle the way you draw back.
And in the end, that'll make you both pick up speed, because you're bumping, and as you bump, the guy you're bumping picks up speed, and in turn you're drafting, so you're going to pick up speed.
And I have also noticed that leapfrogging was a very big factor.
It could be a good thing at bigger tracks where it's wider and you can get all that.
Super speedways, the leapfrogging is a better option than the trying to bump draft somebody.
But it's also a dangerous option.
True. I mean, it's a...
I think that's a 2-3 car move. You know, you're trying to catch back up. It's a really good way.
There were a few good moves last night. Christy made a good move on the bottom of myself and Bigddadysauce, and I made a couple good moves on the bottom. Turn one, my car was hooked up. I had a great car last night, and it was so unfortunate that on the white flagged lap coming around turn one, I smacked that right side wall and it sent me to the left. I was a passenger. I couldn't do nothing, and I hit that inside wall. My car just completely come to a stop. Motor blown. It was all just, it was dead. I needed an ambulance.
Yeah, I saw your car shoot out there, and I was just like, whoa. There was a good pile up in coming out of the tunnel turn there. We raced at Pocono last night, everybody. So we come out of the tunnel turn, and I don't know who it was. I think it was Jeffrey. I don't know what happened up there, but his back end of his car came up 10 feet in the air, and the next thing I know, Christie's up in the air over on the other side.
Oh, Christy did a pirouette in there.
I landed it with a perfect 10.
That was good.
It was a
Yeah, there's some good clips. Definitely good clips. I can't wait for the replay option. NASCAR, if you hear me, we need the replay.
I just know that camera view I had, I stayed back just chilling back most of the night last night because I was just like, no, I'm going to chill back here and just watch. So I pretty much got everything that happened in front of me last night.
I watched y'all's streams, every one of y'all's, and that gives a good insight as to what happened because of the different views of the same situation. So if I had the time, I could go and pull all of those together for the same wreck. But
sounds like you're going to have to put together a review crew.
Oh, definitely.
Now the best part about that wreck that occurred, it was just the fact that we all had a good laugh out of it.
Yeah.
I didn't hear anybody complaining. It was a racing incident.
Yeah.
When the cars went up in the air, everybody was laughing and that's more of what I want to see right there. Is when a racing incident happens, that people don't blow up instantly. You just kind of you can reflect back on it all you want, but have fun, man.
Exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we're here to do. I mean, I know it's a game, but you know, when you have an event, you take that more. I take that more serious. You just have fun, but you know, you can't.
The thing about you boys, you teach us how to have fun.
Well, I appreciate that. I try to have fun and try to be.
Well, I do believe that one of the core rules that we have in NVR is respect.
Correct. Without a doubt. That's the number one rule. Just respect your fellow drivers.
Not everybody's on the same driving level as everybody else.
That's true.
We're not aliens. No offense, alien.
I think that's all right, Bayon. I think a big thing on that is a two-sided coin, right? Like, everybody has a different skill level. So you have to factor that in. But then they also have to factor that in, and they have to say to themselves, am I capable of doing this? And that's one thing I think I saw a lot was guys putting themselves in positions or just not knowing correct lines.
Well, lines are lines. I mean, everybody you can have a different driving line than I do. I mean, in the tunnel turn, there are guys that want to stay tucked onto that yellow line in the tunnel turn. That's their optimal line. Me, I go a half a car below that yellow line. The way my car was set up, I can dip below there and carry through better than most of the drivers were last night. Not all of them. No aliens involved here.
But 1 and 3 to me are a different beast, right?
Well, on restarts, that's a whole different beast within itself.
Yeah.
Once we get a lap or two in and it separates out, tire wear is another issue. The people were and I'm not making excuses. I'm just pointing out facts here that some of these guys haven't gotten on enough to race to where they've got gotten in where under a fixed setup, what do your tires do? What does your car react? How is your fuel? How does that weight transfer? They were getting their first experience on it. We had a really good long run at one good point.
Yeah, we had like 13 laps.
But I think that's when some people were starting to figure out some things, like when they had to make the pit and loosen up or tighten their car or whatever. But once we got separated out, we got those restarts. You got fresh tires on, and everybody's faster on fresh tires.
Yep.
But it was, and I'm not pointing fingers at any single person, because we all of us at some point in that race
Just
we're getting
issues
too
being
aggressive.
witnessed. Yeah.
We're getting too aggressive. But being the first race, and there was people that never raced with us, and on and on and on. Egos seemed to have been a factor last night.
Mm-hmm.
Some guys had setups where my car is really fast right now. I need to get around people. The question is, should you have at that point?
There were too many 3 wides that should not have been. I even saw 4.
And that's something else I was going to bring up, was knowing the type of track, right? Like super speedway, you can run 3 wide around that whole thing. But you go to Pocono, you go to Charlotte, you do not want to be 3 wide coming out of 2 or 4. Because everybody's going to get a little loose for the most part. And 90% of the time, somebody always hits that outside wall.
Right.
So to me, it's like understanding the track, and it does go back. I understand some guys don't have time, but it's just common knowledge. Like, okay, I can't shoot tight into this turn when it's 140 degrees. And I can't shoot tied in and come tied out, then I don't need to do that. I need to know my ability, and I think that's something that we all need to really reflect on.
I agree.
So
What's up, Bruce?
I've got
What's
a
up,
comment
Pine?
on here by
Welcome, Pine. How you doing?
Austin.
Good.
I can't say that. Good morning. That was Jeffrey that started that. I think he's referring to when Jeffrey got in the air and Chrissy also got in the air.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
The pirouette.
Again,
Has anybody checked on Christy today?
Said his neck was a little sore, but his butt wasn't.
Yeah.
But how was my bio? Is that kosher? Like, is that what you're looking for? I didn't even know what the fuck to put in there, man.
Yeah, I'll give it a look at here in a short. I think you did all right.
But no, I mean, all in all, that race went exactly as I expected it to go. I knew that there was going to be egos, there was going to be people that hadn't practiced.
Mm-hmm.
There was just going to be, I'm going to try to show off a little bit here.
Yeah.
But there was give and take. Again, there's always positive sides to the negatives. There was some give and takes. There was several times going into the tunnel turn. And I like to point at the tunnel turn because that was a flatter turn on the track.
Yes.
That there were people that were backing out that were going in 3 and 4 wide. There was people that lifted before they got to that turn so that they didn't put themselves and everybody else in a situation.
Yeah. And that's something else we said toward the end of the race was it was a tough race to get through just because of the caution. But at the same time, like we weren't really disappointed per se. We kind of expected that, at least from our team point. I'm a newer driver. I've only been doing this 6 months. We have another driver who's new. I thought we both did okay for our skill level, but we kind of realized that too. And I could, we would be side by side. We're just gonna back out of this, let them go on. And that's something,
And I think that's behavior that others can pick up on as well. I mean, they see other drivers doing that very same thing, the light bulb hopefully ignites above their head, and they're like, oh, aha. They have that epiphany in that aha moment.
Well, there were several times on restarts that in my team chat that I told them, heading into one, let off, don't push the issue in turn
Don't push
one.
the issue yet.
Yeah, let's just get through this. It'll fan out. Then you can start making your moves. I had a great car last night, but I did take my time trying to get through quite a bit, which I couldn't get back all the way up to the front. I got up there, but I couldn't get all the way back up there. I did a lot of give and take.
Oh, you got to on a 160 some lap race. You can't win the race in the first 167 laps. On a 168 lap race, you can't win the race on the first 167 laps.
We did have some good racing, though. I'd like to point out.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
X was leading the race early on, and Bud, myself, Erpel, and I believe it was Christy. We were doing double wide racing between the four of us for several laps. Now, we were trading paint, but we never wrecked each other, never got loose enough to do any of that. But we swapped spots.
Never smashed each other into the wall either.
And we had several great laps up there at the front.
Oh,
and
definitely.
At one point, I remember somebody said it. I don't know who said it. We should all line up and catch X, but that wasn't going to happen. So I said, let him go. Let's do our own little thing back here. We're having a blast.
I believe X got caught up in the back amongst all of those cautions.
Early
He
on.
did.
And he had a hard time getting back up to the front again. Once you get behind, and I mean, I was back there in the back at one point too, and it was the challenge to get by.
We had a four or five lap run, I believe, that me and X had a decent push. Howie, he left, but him and I had some good racing. We ran some laps side by side, and again, like you said, Sauce, we were trading paint pretty good, but we're both knowledgeable enough, I feel like, that, we control our cars well enough. We didn't wreck each other.
Yeah, Rubbin's racing. That's just totally part of the package. I mean,
and it's
I like that. I like the fact that if you can kind of bump somebody's door but not wreck them and give them that little, hey, I'm here, man. Let's do this.
Yeah.
The one thing that is, there's a double-edged sword on this one. When you're on the rear of somebody and you're a little bit further inside and you just barely tap their left rear, it moves their car up out of the way, quite a bit more so than I think should. But it allows you to get under that little bump and run. I kind of did that to Chad last night. And wasn't really intending to do that, but that's what happened.
That's the Dale move, the bump and go.
Right.
And
I'm here.
It is bad. It does feel like it's excessive.
It does, and
take much.
It kind of gives me not really a guilty feeling, but oops, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to get by you that way.
Well, I feel like there's times you suck up a lot faster than you realize, even for an experienced driver.
Right.
Because you'll just catch a draft and you'll be gone.
Oh, yeah. Well, the unexpected could also happen, too. If there's two cars in front of you and somebody gets a little wiggly and they back off it, burp it for a second if they will.
And you're drawing up.
You draw right up on them right now.
Oh yeah.
And it takes your heart for a 1 second little stop, like, oh, crap, You have to make that aggressive move not to hit them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the kind of backboard, I kind of said that. That's what I said in our post race last night, was like, NASCAR is its own beast in racing. And sometimes you don't lift because you have to. You just lift because you're not sure.
Right.
There's a whole bunch of people in a corner, and you're in the Oreo. You don't want to be that guy.
Or you lift a little guy or respect
there's
for the
no
other
textbook.
drivers.
There's no textbook answer.
Correct.
I mean, it's everything is situational, and it's split-second decision. So
Correct.
when you see guys, 6 car lengths up in front of you, but you see movement, you see smoke, there's action coming on. All right, I need to anticipate this because you don't know what the guys between that situation and you are going to do.
Yeah.
Because if
even
they
though
check
you
up, it's
have-
going to be a chain reaction all the way back to you. And
You may have 6 seconds between you and the wreck, but you're not sure how that wreck's going to end up when you get there, so you need to be lifting prior. Now, there are times like, car's spinning low, you're going to get on and go high and pray to God. But,
Well, I had an incident. I had an incident last night that it is identical to what you're saying. I had a car. I think it rubbed off the wall in turn 3. I'm just guessing because it was up there in front of me a little bit, and it shot back down the track sideways. Now it wasn't spinning or anything, but it was coming back down the track.
Yeah.
I seen it. I lifted, and within another second, I thought, "Oh my God, I need to slam on my brakes because this is going to be bad no matter what I do here." So I hit my brakes and I slowed us down as much as I could. I still ended up T-boning him, but it wasn't very fast. But I still ended up T-boning. I had nowhere to go. I could have went out and around to the right in the middle of the turn, but I would have wiped somebody else out.
Yeah.
Correct.
So I just stayed.
And that's having that awareness of where everybody else is when you come into a situation like that. Because if you just react and would have went to the right, you would have collected somebody else. Well, I was avoiding blah blah blah.
And
no, you don't turn into the traffic, but
Now
situations
that may have not been that driver's fault that they brushed the wall because of the physics of the game. If you do brush the wall, it will send your car out.
Sometimes that car will slap hard left.
See, mine shouldn't have shot hard left like it did last night because I tapped that wall. I didn't slam the wall, but I tapped it, just barely tapped it, and it shot me left. And I had tapped it like that before, or even harder than that before, and nothing had happened.
To go back to what Sauce has said, though, like you said, you had nowhere to go. I feel like that's the smart move, though, because like Bud said, if you go out to the right, you take somebody else out, you turn a 2-car wreck into an 8-car wreck. Or
there's
or
always that
10-car wreck.
potential, and I don't want to wreck somebody else and get them damaged to where they have to pit and fix that. Lose their positions.
But like Bud said, that's where you have to have that awareness, which you had, obviously. You have to have the awareness of what's going on around you at all times. You can't be, you have to be reactionary, but you also have to be
aware,
proactive.
Yes.
Sometimes you just got to take your lumps. That's just the way it is.
Like sometimes you got nowhere to go.
You're just going to take your lumps.
That happened 3 or 4 nights ago. We were having a race, and there was like 3 or 4 guys. We were at Vegas, and they got sideways in one, and I went high and tried to avoid it, and I couldn't. They slid up into the wall, and they were literally taking up the whole track. Nobody had anywhere to go. That's going to be the big one. But like you said, if you can make a move, or not making a move avoids causing the big one, then we should always take that option.
Now, I'd like to take this opportunity, and Bud will back up on this. I want to thank everybody who raced last night for attending and racing. This gives us a lot of input on what happened, what didn't happen, how did it go, good and bad, and where to move forward with things. But thank you to everybody who raced last night.
Yes, sincerely, because there was more data gathered last night than y'all realize. I mean, in the production of doing the development on this, ever since everything is somewhat new, I mean, using the same bones that we've used on GT7, we're trying to use on NASCAR 25, being different physics, of quite a different game altogether. Granted, it's racing, but there are a lot of differences on this that we're not used to. So everybody is gaining knowledge and whatnot. But last night's race was a lot of data that it's helping, I think, everybody, not just the NVR organization, but I think it's helping everybody because in NVR we help each other, and when we like to proactively and pretty much, unobjectively help others with their driving abilities, their skills, and their lines, whatever the situation may be. Tunes, all of the above.
Temps flare up.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the human nature of it.
That's men, okay? That's what men do. They get frustrated and pissed off and
Mother too.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's just an incidental, right at the moment thing. But once you cool down and everything, and people think about the situation, and then find out what actually happened, because sometimes it ain't what you think happened. You're a part of a chain reaction at times.
Yeah. That's why
and
we
you
talk about incidents.
Correct.
Yes.
That's why we really need to have that replay option available, so those
NASCAR.
can be reviewed and. Yeah. iRacing.
Well, and I know people have told you guys, but I think people appreciate their group, and I think everybody, myself and everybody included in the group so far, needs to be grateful for what they have, because I've ran in 6 leagues so far on NASCAR. I'm still in 2. They're very disorganized. They're very immature in how they're being ran, things like that. And I'm not putting anybody else's league down. I'm just letting our group and others know that, like, our structure, our way of doing things is miles above most of the esports community. So I think people that want to be a part of this really need to take to heart what's said and attempt to get better.
Oh, thank
Well,
you.
I think
good.
everybody's attempt to get better is just natural, and that is the fact. All of us are going to try to get better, except for Alien.
Yeah.
But no,
we have to call him Veyron.
Veyron, yes. But anyway, we're still growing.
Absolutely.
We're still young in our infancy. Also, we just have. We're putting a lot of information together. We're getting information not only just from Bud and I, but all of you are giving us information. These are things even though we may not agree with it, it's still information. And information is the knowledge that we need to build that structure and build the race league in a manner that's going to be respected. And respect is our number one goal. We get respect, we can build everything around that foundation.
Without a doubt. I think that's one thing that I've had people tell me, well, this is just a video game. Well, yes, it is a game, but you have guys in here who take it more serious at times. When we're doing a sanctioned event, well, yeah, I hope everybody takes it serious, because that will make for better racing. And when we're goofing around during the week practicing, and I understand you're going to push the limits because you're practicing, you're trying to find your boundaries, you're trying to learn. But when it comes to an event that is a sanctioned event, you should be at your utmost best behavior, like, there are actual pros watching you right now, and they're going to recruit you if you do well. I mean, that kind of mentality.
I think that's something that, and it sounds arrogant when you tell people, but it's not so much, you're not being arrogant, you're just letting them know that, yeah, this is a game, but there are guys in this group that are part of some of the fastest guys in the world.
That's correct. 100%.
So yeah, you can say, oh, it's a game, and it is, but some guys are getting paid off this game.
Well, we're gonna go back to the point of respect, because it is just a game. But if we draw in and keep the respect factor solid, we're going to have more fun. And when we get more fun,
Absolutely.
we're going to draw more drivers in. We're going to grow this.
Yeah.
We're going,
We want this to be a fun community, fun group of people that get together, and it would be nice to have a full lobby of great, clean racers. I understand there may be incidences, there are race incidences,
of course,
but
there are.
Yeah.
that would be just wonderful. I mean, New Velocity will host the Cup Series, the Xfinity Series, the Truck Series, and the ARCA Series. All of those are on the website. You can go to newvelocityracing.com.
Yes.
You can pre-register to join the leagues. It is a work in progress, everybody. Please be patient with the website. There's a lot to do. I can only do so much at a time, and it's a lot to create.
Still
And we
building
also
up.
have Austin, correct. We have Austin as our website manager, and I'm going to try to have him on as a guest here, maybe at the next weekend. We'll see.
And
So one of the things I'd like to state out is we have drivers like Driver X, and then we've got other drivers that are mid-level and so forth. But in the state of racing, like I watched, like Mark Martin said in a video I saw, you're gonna have drivers that are quote unquote your bad guys.
yeah.
You know, those are but every sport has their bad guys. And that's what draws in, you know, your viewers and stuff.
Oh, yes.
So we have some of those guys that kind of got that bad boy mentality.
Uh-huh.
We kind of need them, though.
We have some Joey Logano's
Yeah.
and some, what?
I'm okay with those guys. I mean, a good rivalry never hurt nothing.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely. It
I do-
adds for viewership, you know.
Yeah.
I would like to say one thing. If you want to stay up on all things NVR, you can scroll to the bottom of the page and subscribe to the newsletter.
Indeed.
I noticed that. Start signing up, folks.
But
No, I thought it was a good race for all things that considered. A lot of things learned.
a lot of things learned.
Yes, without a doubt. And I think that's only to make things better to come. I think next week's race, I would like to host another race next weekend on the 29th, if everybody's available and willing to be down. I think we should do another exhibition race at another mystery track.
No, that's where I was going to say, can I make a recommendation? Maybe give us a track so we can practice.
Well, you should be practicing all tracks. I mean, we do enough racing throughout the week.
Yeah.
In different formats, too. I mean, we have where you can do setups, where you don't do setups, and
We've been doing a variety of experiments on all levels of
and as a driver,
NASCAR.
you should be the one taking notes at what we're doing and how the car is reacting and what you have to do.
Yeah.
That's on you.
Well,
That's not on us.
I'll be the first to admit the last couple weeks I've slacked on NASCAR, but I was running Gran Turismo. You guys know what I was running, so.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I go out and I think this is something maybe everybody should try at the time is like, I just go into a practice race, into the practice, and I'll just run 100 laps.
Seat time is the best experience. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, the more time you're behind that wheel, under all circumstances, you got to start taking that feedback and learning from it.
You can't just go through the motions.
X put up some lobbies after we were done last night and doing our stuff, and it was fixed setup, and I even remembered exactly how the car was going to react right from the get-go.
Yep.
It's, do I push it? Do I go too wide? Do I back off. I knew that the car was going to be tight. I knew how, and then I knew it was going to loosen up as the run went because the tires were going to start to wear down.
And that's what happened to me at Pocono. Is I knew the car was going to be tight, but I didn't factor it in when that first turn came.
But the one thing I'd like to say is, in NVR, I hope everybody hears this. In NVR, even though I have my own team, I will help somebody out. I'm not going to give you a full setup, but I will steer you in a direction that is going to get you tuned in a little bit better.
Right.
If you like Radical, he got with Bud the other day. Bud gave him some great tips.
I gave him some tips on how to his in-game settings, which helped him and several other drivers, I might add.
Yeah, we're going to get there, but we're going to have to get there together. That's my point.
And yeah, at the end of the day, we might have our league team, but we're still a team.
That's correct.
We're a league, yes.
And yeah, like the league teams, you're going to keep your strategy and some things to yourself. But at the end of the day, NVR is still a whole team.
Right. We don't want guys running around out there that don't feel like they can keep up with us, or if they're not good enough,
they won't
or
stay.
They're not driving to an expectation level.
Right.
We need them to come up, so to bring them up. But we don't want them causing incidents either.
Correct.
So if we can help them get them setups a little bit better and get them more stabilized, it's going to be better for everybody all the way around the board.
100%.
And I think we need to emphasize that and also let them know, like, look, because there are, like, and I think you guys might agree with this, is there's some people you get around drivers and you can tell they're intimidated or they're nervous.
Right.
And in that scenario, some guys might be embarrassed to put in the chat or the group, like, hey, can somebody help me? Right? So maybe we can push that and say, hey, if you need help, ask somebody specifically if you don't want to ask the whole group. But yeah, I think you guys are definitely right.
You ask the whole group, you're going to get 10 different ways of doing something. But
yeah, but I think there's some people that don't like to. They don't, they're intimidated a little bit. They're new. I didn't want to ask for setups when I first started. But I think, you're right. Like, helping guys get set up for success makes everybody have a better time.
Well, I'd rather have good, clean competition with everybody. That's why I don't mind helping people with, getting their car set up or getting their game settings set right to where they're not jerking left and right in front of me, and I try to pass them, and they come down to me, and then or somebody else.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of wanting everybody to be on the same page and to appreciate the fact that you got people wanting to help you improve because they see A, B, or C, whether you see it or not. It's a matter of, not to say that, oh, I'm better than you. It's a matter of somebody seeing something that wants to help you. Granted, not everybody knows everything, but there are certain individual drivers that if they give you advice, I strongly recommend you pay attention.
Yeah. Everybody has their strengths and weaknesses.
Correct.
Yo, driver, give me a step.
You have to be willing to admit your weaknesses and take that criticism constructively.
First step right there.
And not get in your feelings about it and just say, okay, this person's not doing this with my intent. They're actually trying to help me.
Right.
I guess one of the big things that I would like to put out there to all drivers, and I'm talking all drivers, lose your ego. Don't bring the ego to the track. To me, I'm going to respect a driver more based on how he's driving and reacting in the race and not causing incidents. He may have a better car. He may have a faster car. But is he being too aggressive with it, or is he laying back and picking and choosing?
Right.
He knows he can get through there. Me, that you're going to gain my respect. You're going to be like, man, This guy's the guy to follow right here. He knows his lines. He knows he's got a fast car. He's picking and choosing his way through.
All right, I'm good.
following that guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Versus a guy who sees it and is just going to go barreling through going, I'm going to get ahead of you because I'm better than you.
I mean, that's exactly how you guys taught me. You know, when I first started doing this, what, 6 months ago, 7 months ago?
Right. Well, that is how I envision it as well. I mean, I give people respect. I try to lay off. I mean,
Yeah.
I probably give too much at times, especially in GT7, because there are times where I'm intimidated by racing with some of the pros that I race with, because they are that good and they're much faster than me. So, you know, there's a little bit of intimidation feeling there, which also...
You don't want to wreck them.
Right. And then in doing so and trying to, you know, not getting their way,
Yeah.
you know, sometimes you'll mess yourself up.
And sometimes that causes an incident.
Absolutely.
So, but if you just drive and be aware and react accordingly, then
Correct.
all that kind of just plays its own hand.
Yep. Maintain your line, drive your race line. It's their job to get by you.
Correct, and that's the big thing is like just hold your line. If you're in front of them, they don't have the right of way, you do. They'll figure it out.
Right.
So, but yeah, I do appreciate the group. I think everybody does. The race last night was good. It was fun, all things considered. I think
it'll just get better with time, y'all.
Yeah.
It really will.
I do.
And I appreciate everybody who participates and is patient and wants to learn, and who, like Driver, kicks our ass, or anybody else for that matter. I mean, we're all here to have fun and just race, man. I don't care if I come in whatever place. Just don't kill me.
Yeah, I'm trying to hear where that feedback's coming from. I got a comment, Darth Vader is on the show today. I'm trying to figure out where that's coming from. I don't know if it's somebody breathing hard or what that is, but
Weigh it all there for a minute. No, I hear it
It's
too.
Pine.
It's me, what?
It's
Fine, take off
some
your
back
Bane
noise.
mask.
It sounds like there's a fan or a...
No, I have no
Why
I
don't
plan.
don't hear it. I mean, I got a
Why not?
fan on. It might be from me, but it's not pointed at me.
well, I'm
No,
trying to
it's
beat
just-
out everybody. and
It's
I still
rhythm.
hear
Is
it?
it? It's a sweeping fan, isn't it?
No, it's a box
Almost
fan.
sounds like somebody's doing a vape. Or anyway,
Yeah, like an auction machine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody's still wearing their CPAP this morning.
I wondered what would break first, your car or your bones.
So again, I'd
Yeah.
like to thank everybody for joining in on Coffee with Bud and Big Daddy. We appreciate everybody showing up. I hope everybody has a great morning and an afternoon and a great day in general. So, Bud, we're going to go ahead and start to close this out over the next few minutes. Anything else we really want to touch up?
No, I just in a reiteration. I just want to thank everybody for all their support and their help. I want to thank Unique Waterworks and August 5 Designs for sponsoring New Velocity Racing and everything we do. We appreciate them very much.
Yes, we do.
I think that this is just the start, hopefully, of something enjoyable for all on the NASCAR 25 platform. And I'm glad y'all are here for the ride. Hopefully, with your input and bringing in other drivers, and as Squid has been doing, weeding out the good and the bad and the ugly. I appreciate everything and everybody greatly. And only good things are here to come. Let's ride this out and enjoy the ride until we meet again. I appreciate you.
Let's not forget the Sector 7 boys in their last weekend of racing.
Yeah. Tune in on McNaughty on YouTube. The TGR Cup, 6 or 7 TGR Cup.
Go NBR, win us some championships over in the Sector 7 series.
We will.
Well,
Good
thanks
night,
for
everybody.
tuning in. Everybody have a good day. We will see you next Sunday on Coffee with Bud and Big Daddy Sauce.
Good day, y'all.